Okay, so what we're doing here is this is a back handspring tutorial, just how to do the back handspring. Now, always do this with your coach or a trained professional, or if your parents there and they have an understanding of how to spot you and working on your back handspring. These drills you can do, but you want to have something that's nice and soft, where you know you're not going to strain any joints or strain your back. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to start with just a basic skill that you want to learn, especially with the younger kids, and that's just a basic donkey kick. So I'm going to have Maddie demonstrate donkey kick for me, Matt. She just pushes her feet out, okay? Now, once they've got that down pat, we're going to press through the shoulders nice and rounded into the back. And what we want is we want a little bit hip rise, and as she comes back, we're teaching them to shoot backwards, okay, into a pike sit. Okay, so Maddie, why don't you demonstrate? All right, hip rise, okay, punch to a pike sit for me. Right, the further we can get them going this direction, the more power we're getting, okay? That's what we're wanting. She stays rounded out into the shoulders. Part two of this, she would actually take her arms and snap back. Go ahead, Matt, snap back into this motion, and then push up in the hips. By pushing up in the hips, that's teaching them to jump, then snap into the shoulders. Okay, Matt, can you do the whole drill all together for me? So she's going to start with her hands on the wedge. Okay, so she starts on the cheese wedge, rounding out in the shoulders here, and we're going to jump, push off the toe, snap back with the shoulders after we've hit the pike sit. Notice that we want good, tight, straight legs and pointed feet. All right, Matt, go ahead. Push, snap, and as she finishes there, hips go up. Now, part two of that. Okay, now we're here for part two. Part two, we take them to the cheese wedge. After we've unfolded it, she goes down and basically to a pike stand. Okay, rounding out into the shoulders. Notice that she's got a good tight closed shoulder. Legs are locked here. Okay, this is going to put her in an awkward position where she can't really jump into it to help simulate rebounding into the back handspring. So from this position here, she's going to kind of fall back, push through the feet and the legs, then snapping in the shoulders, okay? So Maddie, go ahead. Just push, snap, and finish in a rebound, arms are up. Okay, let's do that again. Now with some of your kids, you might actually want to have them grab the end. Can you grab the end, Matt, of the mat? Actually grab the end and make them stretch their hamstrings out really good and tight. Okay, and then make them just lean back as they're holding on to the end. So just fall back a little bit, right there. So their fingertips are there. And we're going to just keep a good rounded back here. So that way they're used to, some kids you notice they'll undercut. So their knees are going to go in front. This drill is designed to keep the knee as short of a distance past the ankle as possible in a very slight bend. It bends your knees, Maddie. If your back handsprings are like this, the back handspring goes up and comes right back down. It's a really big undercut. Do it. Can you do an undercut for me real fast, Matt? Can you undercut your back handspring? Right? And you get that squatted landing, okay? What we want to push through the feet. So what we don't want that short, okay, in the squat into the back handspring. We want a good straight, tight body lines all the way through the back handspring. So in this drill, okay, she's grabbing the front. She's going to kind of lean back. No, she's just going to slightly lean back from there. She's going to push off the ball of the foot from about right here forward, and then it's the snap after the jump. All right, Maddie, ready? Go ahead. Push back, snap after the jump, and then pressing through the rebound. I hope that helps. We're going to take it to the track next. I'm going to show you actually one in motion on the track so you can see the whole product put together one by one. All right, here we are. Now, finished product. Once you get finished, you're going to want to clean it up. You want to get the wrinkles out and iron this out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of get at a different angle so you can actually watch. So now we're going to take the cheese wedge drill that we just did and the resi pit drill. We put two and two together. Once she's been spotted a few times and you feel comfortable as a coach or as an adult, you can take her to the next level. So our finished product, what we want is to go from a standing back handspring. We start on the track. Sometimes we start on the floor. We use the barrels, obviously, all the training tools that most gyms have. Okay, so Maddie, you want to start out just standing back handspring. So we get a good long stretch, almost to cut the circle in half. Think from the feet to the hips to the elbow. So her hands should basically land around the hip area, and her feet should land close to where her elbows are if she puts her arms straight up. So we'll use the line as a marker. She's standing at this line to this line here, okay, which is a 4-foot pad. Okay, Matt, you want to go? So she's landing about 4 foot and 4 inches, 4 foot and 5 inches back on her back handspring, and she's 4 foot tall. So that gives us a good idea. So we're going to take that and show why we want them pushing back with that good rounded shoulder position for her set. Okay, a lot of people, put your arms straight up, Maddie. A lot of people want to think their set needs to be going up here, and the truth is the arms should be out in front, okay, and the knees drive through the arms into the tuck, not the arms going up. If we get the arms going up and the head going backwards, we end up with a whipped tuck, and they're actually whipping or throwing their shoulders to pull the tuck. So you want to pull a standing back handspring tuck for me, Maddie. Okay, so we're going to go from the back handspring. We want that rebound when they've learned the back handspring before we start our tuck drills, but this is why we want a strong rebound coming out of that back handspring. Go ahead. She stretches forward, she pulls, the tuck rotates through the knees, and she lands nice and solid. Okay, so let's go for it one more time. Let me see if I can get a little bit of a better square angle for you, so you can actually watch her go through the knees. Go ahead, Maddie, whenever you're ready. Stretch through, arms